It was Malcolm X who said, "Education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today." And while many schools do a great job preparing our youth for the future, I have to say, no one does it quite like Priest Elementary Middle School.
Priest is a beacon in the community. I'd like to say that Priest starts at the beginning of what is now known as Southwest Detroit. And we have such a wealth of different ethnicities and all types of people, but we all gather together for one purpose, and that is to educate students.
The diversity of priests is why I enjoy coming here every day. We have Arabic students, Romanian students, black students, and white students, and all our students get along together very fine. It's a blending of cultures. Those cultures mesh together so the students can enhance each other's learning and knowledge of the world, and they don't even know it. They just do it on a smaller scale here at school. But it's really a reflection of how beautiful the world could be and can be when diversity is embraced and respected between cultures.
One of the things I like to see are the bilingual students who become more proficient in English.
We get many students that come to our school who have zero English. They don't have any background here in American schools, and they come with zero English. Ms. Purdue is very important because she is able to instruct the students, and she has the strategy, the ESL strategies, and a team with her that allows us to acclimate these students and for them to be comfortable.
Learning the English language, coming from another country and learning the English language, it makes them be ready for the real world. They need to learn the English language to survive in this country. Mm-hmm. And doesn't matter what country you go to, you need to learn their language to be able to survive day by day. Mm-hmm. Our students, they come from other countries, are so anxious to learn the English language. They already know their language, so they have to learn their English language to be able to survive. And a lot of times they help their parents too. Mm-hmm. When they go someplace, they translate for their parents.
Mrs. Purdue is wonderful, and the reason why she is one reason she's so successful at transitioning students, teaching them about the United States, is because she was 19 when she came from Romania here to Detroit. So she takes her knowledge that she learned personally, and she is able to impart that on the students. She has dedicated her life to helping these students, and it really, really shows. She is so proud of them, and they are proud of her. Ms. Purdue is an excellent example of when you have heart, you put your mind and spirit into something, you'll be successful.
In my opinion, what makes Priest different from other schools is that we all are like a big family. We have a good principal that supports us dearly.
She has a special knack with a wide range of people, a huge scope that she knows when to involve herself. She knows when to back off. She's a good manager. She knows how to lead. You know, she's what you call a teacher's coach, a player's coach. Mm-hmm. She knows what it's like to be in their shoes, and she's very compassionate about her staff. Mm-hmm. And CIS we've become a part of her staff. Mm-hmm. We're not an outside entity. Mm-hmm. You know, coming in the door, sure, initially we were, but we have bought into her vision of peace and understanding and academic achievement.
I think my first favorable impression was the letter I got from Mrs. Phillips. And she ended the letter with students in mind, because that's how this school operates, that what we do is for what's best for the students.
She basically believes in working as a staff, as a team, as a family with everyone here. So that includes the CIS staff, the teachers, the parents, and the administrator, Mr. Garcia, assistant principal. She values everybody's opinion. So we work together to come up with solutions for what our students need here. So I'd have to say she's one of the great things about Priest, because without her vision and allowing us to be able to stay in the lanes that we're supposed to work in, I don't know that this would be such a great school.
Now, as you can see, Priest is already a pretty great school. However, with the help of CIS in the last 6 years, Priest has risen to one of the top schools in Southwest Detroit. Now, what is CIS, you ask? Well, I can tell you it's not CSI, which stands for Crime Scene Investigation. Yeah, you know that TV show you watch? No, it's not that. It's CIS. That's right, CIS. Communities in Schools. Now, what is CIS? What is Communities in Schools? Well, you're about to find out.
For those people who don't know, Communities in Schools, of course, is a national nonprofit organization that's set aside basically to address any risk factors with students to keep them in school. That was the original premise and still is the premise today of Communities in Schools. The purpose of our job here is to make sure that there are no barriers to prevent our students from coming to school every day, getting the necessary academic side from the staff and the teachers, but also getting the necessary emotional, physical, might be basic needs that they need in order for them to succeed in their learning.
Well, CIS is wonderful. I kind of jokingly refer to them as units, but they're mentors. And they touch the students and the staff, really, as many of us can't or we may not have the time to do. That is specifically what they are here for. Miss Lisa is a quiet spirit. She is excellent in terms of details and planning. She's a visionary. She has a great imagination, and she's able to take that imagination and turn it into a reality. She keeps control of the books, so to speak, of all records, and she's excellent in terms of that. Outstanding job. They balance one another because Mr. Rogers is very outspoken, very charismatic, always at the forefront. And Miss Beasley is not in the rear, but she's kind of the person, you would say she's the wind beneath his wings.
There's no I in team. We fuss and fight like sisters and brothers that we are, but we get the job done. She's very organized, so she keeps us on target. So we work outstanding together. That's why we're achieving the way we are. She brings that motherly element to the groups.
I say one of the main things that Mr. Rogers and Mrs. Beasley, what they bring is they bring a relationship even more on an intimate level to work with the students. They let students know that they can come and talk to them. They serve as counselors, as mentors, as intervention specialists, just to help diffuse situations and let students know that it's okay and to teach students to talk about the problems that they have instead of always wanting to go and be physically violent or saying some negative things, but just the influence that our communities and school representatives have had in teaching our students how to positively resolve conflict.
The other thing that we can also do that includes addressing the needs is bringing in community partners. That's a big part of our job. We want to establish relationships with businesses, colleges, restaurant owners who are in our school community who can come and assist us. So let me give you a perfect example. One of our main partners that we have here at Priest for the last 3 years has been Detroit Partnership, University of Michigan. We have college students who come from the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, and they come to our school at least once a week for the 3 semesters out of the school year, and they work with our students in various areas that have been identified. One of our other community partners that we have that everybody at the school gets to participate in is Gleaners. Everybody knows who Gleaners is. They give out food. They make sure that our needy get their basic needs. Well, they also assist us here at Priest. We have a food drop once a month throughout the school year. where our parents can come and get free food at no cost to them so that they can provide the healthy meals that our students need and that their family might need. We also have Children Incorporated. Children Incorporated is a national organization that is a sponsorship program where individual families and individual people decide to sponsor a child. At Priest, we have at least 20 students that are being sponsored by a sponsor from Children Incorporated. That allows us to go and purchase items that the students might need for school or just for their basic needs. And even beyond some of our major corporations or universities, we also have just your regular general community person. So it's just as simple as not necessarily being a big name. We still have community partners that are just local business people, and we really appreciate that. That's another great thing about Priest.
Let me just say this about CIS, or let me particularly say about Miss Lisa Beasley and Mr. Anthony Rogers. I always say it's the people that make the position, not just the position itself. They have blended and become acclimated or helped to evolve the school into what we call the Priest, the vision, the Priest way. That's something that cannot be taken away from them. So they're an excellent part of our Priest staff. They're part of the family, a very, very important part of our family here at Priest.